I'll stop the engine if it's something worthwhile. Oh, you're closed. Right. Nothing threatening at the moment, I think. Are you just silver too? Nickel! Not exactly an easy mining job. God damn. Give it a go, though.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm not like overflowing in nickel, am I? No, I'm not. Yeah, that's exactly. That's why I'm keeping an eye out for a nickel deposit so I can get a bunch of it.
Engine powering down.
And as expected from what the actual appearance of nickel is already, it's just a fucking gray blob that's kind of blobby. Like, especially in this darkness. Especially in this darkness, I could not tell you the difference between nickel and granite. And silver and stuff. Just like a gray blob that is itself kind of rough looking. Hey, you drilled that nickel. Versatile alloy ingredient required for advanced fabrication. I was gonna say you better come back here Minecraft style. Don't you dare run away from me. A nickel was just flying off into space. Oh yeah. Somebody has more than 2 nickel in their backlog now. Yeah, for all I know, there might be a nickel alloy. You make like the titanium ingot, like the big one. Then you make, alloy? The bars of it. There's the, there's plasteel and there's titanium, the big ones. So maybe there's a nickel one? This seems like it might be like the 3rd tier of like hard rock. Hard rock. I'm curious. Oh, is this blob over here? Did I imagine it? Oh, it's up here. Is that, oh, that's shale. Gold! There's gold in these hills. What's down here? More shale? Limestone. Yeah, I'm not a geology wizard. Like a literal wizard. A lot of these things are just blobby gray rocks. It's kind of hard to identify them on the fly. All I can say is that sandstone, limestone, and shale are all sedimentary rocks. Which is why we don't make anything. It's kind of why we don't make anything out of them. What was that sound? But a sedimentary rock is kind of deposited later on. That's just magnetite, right? Or lead? Yeah. Ooh. What's that over there? Alright, back to the vehicle. And then back to the other vehicle. Whoa, look at the hologram. Look how vertical it is. It's even harder to comprehend than normal. Instead of being a flat plane that's kind of useless, it's a big crazy rectangle in the middle of my screen. But a sedimentary rock is kind of like a secondary deposit. Basically. Or metamorphic rocks. The three primary categories of rocks are sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. I almost said volcanic. I mean, I think I did say volcanic, basically. Hey there. Come on. Alright, this isn't the worst time to just deal with my backlog of unsorted crap. Never mind. That's a lot of unsorted crap. And I don't know which ones are... I don't know which ones are here because they're full boxes and which ones aren't. I'll just place my nickel. Is there nickel here too? No. Yeah, my nickel needs to be deposited. But basically, volcanic rocks are just... The igneous rocks are just from actual volcanic deposits, lava. A few different ways. Like, one is a volcano can literally just spew the lava out, and then it's on the surface, and then it cools into a rock. And the alternative is that you you can actually have magma under the surface that just loses its heat and becomes a rock instead of being in its magma state. A metamorphic rock is a rock that is it's usually underground, and it just is tons of heat and pressure is applied to it, and it kind of, in a way, kind of melts and kind of reforms into a slightly different rock, so it's a secondary transformation.
Engine powering.
Whereas a sedimentary rock is also kind of a secondary transformation, but it's more like it was eroded down, like it was eroded, or it was. Oh, I'm on this tree still. It was usually like eroded and carried around as cobbles or sand or silt or clay, and then it was deposited by a river or the ocean or something, and then it kind of re-hardened into a rock, either via pressure or layering or whatever. Sandstone is just what it sounds like. It's a compressed stone made of sand. Hello. Beaches and whatnot. Limestone is mechanically, physically identical to sandstone, basically. But its contents are calcium carbonates instead of silica. So instead of, like, you know, glass, if you want to think of it that way, silicon. Calm down, prick. Instead of that, it's the calcium carbonate rocks. Hello. That's a cool sight. And that's a cool sight. And then shale is actually on the same gradient as sandstone. It can largely be consisting of the same minerals. That's cool down there. I'm gonna have to look around here. Shale can largely consist of the same minerals and everything. It's just, it itself is a much smaller grain size. Because there's a whole classification system for grain sizes that range from, like, clay to silt to sand and so on. Eventually getting up to cobbles and boulders. It goes pebbles, cobbles, boulders, yeah. You literally just physically measure how big the grains are. Like an individual grain of sand. And then that actually has a classification based on its size of whether or not it is in fact sand or silt or cobbles. And if it's silt size, I think it's silt size. I'm a little out of practice now. I think if it's silt size, then that's shale, basically. I could be wrong. I could be messing up something here. It's apparently hot here. Curious. Why is it hot right there? Oh, there's a vent right there. Now I'm a little paranoid that I'm giving you guys false information. Sorry. Oh, hey, table coral. Huh, they give you table coral down here. Sounds to me like we're gonna need table coral around here, if they're making an effort to bring it to us down here. I feel like I might be messing up my shale description a little bit. It's fine. Just spreading misinformation on the internet. Who would do such a thing? So there's structures over there. Alien structures that way. There's a passageway in that direction. Oh, that's where I came from. as said, shown by the abyss, which is now a kilometer away. Shit. Almost horizontally, too. Huh. So that's, yeah, there's a passage that way. So that's a thing I don't know about. That's... Let's get back inside real quick. I want to check my beacons. I'm curious where I am. Let's turn on Cave Base Red, because that's near the trench place that I was at. And let's turn on... yeah, the life pod. Oh boy. Yeah, those are so close together, they're kind of unuseful for directions, but Cave Base Red is vaguely in that direction. You're going further that way. Go back outside. Seems non-threatening. So I came from that way. Cave Base Red is technically... this is me pointing straight up, so it's that way. So based on that, that might lead me to the part of this biome that I accessed via the trench. The dark area. That was... well, the other dark area. I'm a kilometer away from the abyss entrance that I made, and I'm a kilometer below the life pod. Well, not a whole kilometer below it. I'm off at an angle, you know. Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm that far away because I'm 824 down. Oh my god. Here's a fun math problem for people at home, because this is the hypotenuse. We can use math here. That's the hypotenuse is 1064, and at my depth, my y-axis is 824. So you can calculate the x-axis of how far away I am from like a bird's eye view, and that is completely useless information right now. But you could calculate it. I mean, there's only so many directions. That's probably an alien facility, right? Like a big deal, cool, new place to check out. And that's just a weird thing. Oh, it's not showing up now. There it is. That's interesting. So if I were to do process elimination, that might be how I get back to where I was before. And check out that alien facility that had required the orange tablet to get inside. Which I want to check out, but I also want to check out everything else. This is interesting. My instinct to be completionist about exploring is here.
Powering up.
I could leave those on. They're directly above me, so they're not distracting, but then I can look up whenever I want to and see numbers. I can orient myself like they're Orion's belt or something. There's the thing again where the waterfalls overlap the holograms, leading to really confusing depth perception issues. It's a video game. Guys, it turns out I was playing a video game the whole time. I should have my cameras on. I don't want to touch the goopy stuff. I don't trust it. Okay. Just making sure that as I rotate, I'm not bunking into them. I see stuff over there now. Yeah. I'll have to take a look at that direction. There's stuff over there now that's popping in. This seems like the most obvious thing to try. In fact, depth... yeah, we're 800 deep. This is supposed to be in a research facility at 800 meters deep. Probably this. You're freaky. Are you attacking me right now? Oh no, you ate something. Oh, there's a school of fish right there, so you're just eating it over and over again. Oh, you're freaky looking up close. And also from a distance. But also, this game has a really funny AI for its various serpent creatures. Its eels. It reduces the scariness a little bit. I'd be terrified to see that. But it's just behaving so silly, like... there's more than this way. We've got proximity warnings of the not scary variety. Oh, look at that. Look at that big place. Okay. Oh, warper. Oh, 2 warpers. Oh, a warper's never attacked me in the submarine before. It did attack me in the sea moth, though.
This alien structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor.
They're bonking into me. I gotta change that beacon real quick. Turn you off and turn on HQ. Seeing the see, I don't. Whenever I see the sea.
An alien
Ooh.
broadcast. Linguistic analysis reads: caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within.
That's important. Hazardous life forms and materials. You're supposed to be like the Contamination Research Center, right? Or Disease Research Center? Yeah, Disease Research Facility. Crystalline sulfur. Sulfur is a highly reactive non-metallic element, usually found in abundance underground. Common applications include production of acidic compounds and combustibles. Assessment. Essential for advanced fabrication. Yeah, it is. Oral? Sea dragon skeleton. Semi-intact skeletal structure of a Leviathan-class predator. Head trauma. There's clear evidence of a massive physical trauma to the head. The damage is so severe it is the likely cause of death and must have occurred somewhere nearby. The damage is consistent with high-speed collision with a solid object. Age. Something in the environment has helped preserve these remains, but calcium decay suggests an approximate time of death 1,000 years ago. Bone growth suggests the... Calm down. The creature was in the egg-laying stage of its life cycle. Oh, for a second there I thought I was outside of the Cyclops, so I was going to lose my shit. Reflexive save. It's a sea dragon? Huh. I wonder what the rest of its body looks like. Because that has a neck. Like, I wouldn't describe the Ghost Leviathan as having a neck. It's just an eel creature. You don't have a neck. You don't really have a neck. None of the Leviathans really have necks. But you have a neck. You have a torso, you have arms, and you have a head, so you have a neck. That's potentially important. Data downloads? Not you. Degassi. It was... Yeah. The monster turned and bore down on me just as its tentacles came within reach. Maida appeared out of nowhere. Sea glide in hand, jagged piece of scrap metal in the other. She meant to butcher the beast or die trying. Last I saw her, she had the metal lodged in its neck. I found that interesting because the idea of something having a neck and tentacles was not correct for any of the creatures I'd seen so far. The Stalker doesn't have tentacles, and even if you argue that it has a neck, I mean, not the Stalker, the Reaper. The Ghost Leviathan does not have a neck, but even if you argue it has a neck, it doesn't have tentacles. The crab squid doesn't have a neck or tentacles. You might mistake the crab legs as being tentacles, maybe, but it doesn't have a neck. It's just a head. But this thing I'm seeing, I wonder if that's what attacked them? The question is whether or not we'll see a living one, I guess. That would answer that question. If we see a living one, I'm thinking that might be what attacked them. They're way inside. Ugh. I'm starting to feel a little safer with the warpers. Like, I've gotten so close to some of them, and I feel like they have never tried to attack me in the submarine. They might not recognize me as who I am. They clearly want to attack me. They might even be the ones that said they were hunting me. Because there's that cutscene where I was like, there was indications of something hunting me, and then there was indication of something with a bunch of eyes on my screen that was kind of talking to me like, what are you? I kind of think are related. Ah, there's an entrance. Yeah. I think that's an entrance. I hope. And not... It's hopefully an entrance, not just a window. It might be a window. Shit.
Engine powering down.
Only one way to know. Let's turn that on. It's been off for a while now. Oh, right. This whole situation. Taken care of. Put those away. There. Better save. Hope that's an open window. Where are the I almost said reapers. I was like, where are the things? Okay. So it is an open window. And this is like the structure I was in before. Hello. Yeah, this is like the structure I was in before.
Interior walls in this section are substantially reinforced, indicating the designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Whatever their intention, it clearly failed.
Is this where you did they release the Kara here? Was this where they were containing the actual virus and then it got out when it fell? Or something happened to it? Hello? That's creepy. A sea dragon egg? Oh, we're finding things around here. Look at that egg. Why is the egg, like... Why does it have teeth? What the fuck? That's how eggs work. Hey, I like you guys. I like seeing all of you. Hey, Rabbit Ray. I would take you on this journey if I could, but the game won't let me. You won't fit in aquariums. And I can't make like a better, bigger aquarium. I don't like that sound. Damage report? Ooh.
New PDA data.
Look at that big old thing. Alright. I'm hearing sounds I'm not psyched about. Oh, hey. What is that? What is that one? I know those two. What's that one? Got a creepy mouth on its head or something, like on the back of its head. Alright, this place is going to take a while for me to explore. I think I want to come in here with a prawn suit just so I have an oxygen source. This place looks kind of deep, and also I'm a little worried I might get confused inside of it. I don't want to get lost. Don't get seen, don't get seen, don't get seen, don't get seen.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
But also, it's prime time to bring my alien stuff. There we go. Let's bring my tablets along. I've deposited the ion cubes. I don't know how this guy's always thirsty, but he is. Am I about to be attacked? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay. Not what I was hoping for. Alright. Yeah, grappling arm. No, damn it. That was not a good feeling when I realized I was not going to make it horizontally the way I wanted to go. We should have had you pre-installed. But yeah, on the previous topic, it makes sense that you find... Hello. It makes sense that you find deposits of stuff inside the sedimentary rocks because those are called inclusions. Sort of things that find their way in. This kind of stuff that was kind of potentially deposited alongside the rest of the sedimentary rock. You go into your sandstone and then you find gold or something like that. In fact, when somebody is mining for gold and stuff like that, they tend to look around for some variation of, like a vein of another type of mineral that gold tends to be found inside of. Can I scan that? Nope, there's no warper around here. I feel safe for the moment. Alright, let's use the new grappling arm and get back up there. Trying really hard to lean away from the microphone whenever I need to try to clear my nose. Come on. Can you reach it? All right. Just use maximum jump height, then try to get the inside of the room. Yes. Collision. There we go, I'm inside, and now I've got my air pocket with me. Yeah, when you go mining for precious metals that are hard to find, you don't look for the actual... You don't actually look for the actual metal. You look for... I didn't click on it. You look for other things that the metal tends to be associated with. Those metals or gemstones. And you kind of go from there.
Integrating new PDA data.
I can just take a look at some of these. We're safe. Ish. Ribcage samples. A display case containing an array of rib cages harvested from the indigenous life forms. This is a particular focus, in this instance, on vertebrae skeletal structures. While some of these skeletons match organisms encountered on the planet so far, most cannot be matched with confidence, suggesting either that there are species out there not yet accounted for, or that they have become extinct since these samples were collected. Everything around here is seemingly ancient. Like, seems like the peepers saved the planet, basically. This is supposed to be a deadly infection, right? But it sounds like it was unleashed upon this planet an ungodly long time ago. And yet the planet's still alive with only occasional infected dudes here and there. So I'm thinking the peepers, whatever they're doing with whatever enzyme they're finding, is somehow saving the planet.